I have some sadness at my core that isn't simply the resultant byproduct of severe physical and mental depression. I feel alone and afraid to connect with anyone. I feel so scared and unlovable. Everyone in my world is telling me they don't want to put any energy into caring about me. I wish I had friends. I wish I had someone who cared. I wish I wasn't alone. Once, when I was a teenager, my cousin called my house from the Nebraska State Penitentiary so he could talk to his mom and his children who were living with me at my parents' house at the time, and I answered the phone, and he talked briefly about how terrible it is in prison. I'm so fucking sad. Broken words are what I write. I wish I had an intimate. My immediate desire is stupid to write a poem. Her name starts with a vowel, E. Emotions upfill in me until I am the shape of a soon-to-be dead balloon. I don't want to write about want, but when I think calmly, I only want one thing. To always have air, water, food, and skin for my lips to touch. Once I wrote about space flight in a really sad poem that people often laugh at when I read it. I can think of two specific instances when someone called me funny after a reading and feeling annoyed thinking about it now. An indifferentist is one governed by indifferentism, and I am not that. She's my Lehman, and I'm her women. I'm a broken car lover boy all squeezed out. Or in the parlance of Blink 182, I know just where I stand, a boy trapped in the body of a man, and celestial is a sad word to me now because heaven is a sad place in my mind. All that is in my ear reach is the sound of air moving. No human love from my hand. I do not worship Themis, the goddess of law and order. Every feeling I have feels new when I have it, but not really, just something that has already come and gone and will come and go again. Why have I been given the spectatorship? I'm living in an encampment of sadnesses. An animal's noise is two or more emotions in a single symbol. I ask a gang of marauders what is allowed to happen. I'm lost in a fictional village. Recently I wrote, I want to be insanely honest. She asked me if I could do something for her, and I felt a simple fear that I would not be able to. But I said what? And she told me to put my dick in her mouth and fuck her face while she laid on her back. She whispered that she wanted me to think about her for a long time. I don't want to fall in love again. While driving, I thought she wanted to cheat on her boyfriend and feel good while doing it, so she used me. One of the doors to Starbucks was locked, so I walked in the other one and asked for a coffee and a bagel, but they were out of bagels. I have an iPhone again, which makes texting fun again, which makes me more attractive. I said I want to be insanely honest, but I don't know how to do that. My dad said something that made me sad. It was about how he momentarily forgot the way things work, a byproduct of inching towards death. I will lose him before he loses his breath, and then how worthless will I feel? I always lose the people I love before I figure out how to love them. I talked to a girl at a bar about my parents getting old, and she understood because hers are too. I talked to her boyfriend about rock music. I talked to Neil's girlfriend about suicide and tried to explain how I don't tell people they shouldn't kill themselves. I don't think it is wrong to. She talked about holding a boy's brother's gun. I wept and wept in my bed and said I wish I had someone to talk to while clutching my pillow. I feel so much unexceptional noise in my skull and it does things to me. I wondered how Ted Berrigan wrote a poem about giving a reading as he was giving a reading, but then I investigated and learned he wrote the poem from the perspective of someone giving a reading while that person was giving a reading. Today I eclipsed 10,000 tweets and downloaded a bunch of Bright Eyes songs. I clicked on the internet a goddamn lot. My computer is my best friend. In a new movie, Kevin Spacey is a robot who teaches Frank Langella how to be a human again. I don't remember the little boy I used to be being tickled by my dad in front of the TV and laughing. The weird energy of joyfully saying the word stop. Spilling Barks root beer on the carpet when I was all alone and scrambling to clean it up. Feeling terribly, terribly, terribly shy around everyone my age. Not wanting to close my eyes at night, which I've already written about in a poem. Sitting in my grandma's lap, feeling like her belly was my bed. Trying to explain to my cousin that she liked me best because she was my only friend I could be myself around. Putting aluminum foil in my gloves. Being lifted all the way up to the rim by a high schooler and still missing the shot. Afraid of all the boys in the bathroom and how they played games while they peed. Loving to swim all one summer, then only wanting to be inside the next, how confused and disappointed everyone was. My dad asking if it was okay if he missed my confirmation and me saying it was and feeling sad. The birthday card he gave me that said he was proud and how I've looked at it so many times. Oh, how lucky I've been. Taught how to cross the street by someone who loved to hug me and smile at me. Always getting Sprite or 7-Up when I had a tummy ache. Dinosaurs on my blankets and dinosaurs on my walls. Getting to listen to my dad's CDs while I fell asleep. Telling my mom to buy Tamika All Eyes on Me by Tupac. Getting called a preppy after I made it on student council. Wanting desperately everyone to like me. Being told by my aunt I would be a bad sandwich artist. Never having a single teacher say I made a great drawing. The bald man at church who complimented my haircut after I got it buzzed the first time. The girl at lunch who argued she wasn't saying bitch when she said biatch. How mean everyone could be and how I would smile. Holding Shay's hand while drunk on the stairs. Telling that girl I would talk to her on Monday and then seeing her in the hall and feeling nervous. Always wanting to be a writer. It was weird having a locker next to Trace Clapp all those years. Unable to shake the memory of him calling me a weenie in 5th grade. When I did my president's report, I had to explain so many times that John Q. Adams was different than John Adams. Some boys could make anything cool. I got so drunk and said, "Fuck you, Marcus," to my childhood friend, but that was after this other guy threw me into the fucking dirt and everyone laughed. I was so small. I told Matt one day both our parents would be gone for the weekend and then there would be a big party in our neighborhood. I want someone to read this to right now on August 6th, 2013 at 3:36 a.m. My toe's cold. my hair dirty, and my skin without a single tattoo. I'm trying to be alive right now and know inside that I can be loved. I'm a big pile of rocks. I used to love how hard my dick felt watching Halle Berry in the Flintstones movie. Or when I was younger, pressing my boy toy into my girl toy until my mom saw. Running through the sprinkler felt like a miracle then. And today is special too. My chest is an ape's chest. My phone keeps making noise. I saw the movie Debdis about a boy becoming a man who pours his life down his throat. I read another poem by Bill Cassidy. I tried to write about Too Fast, Too Furious, but all I could write was my cousin being in prison for using meth. In the movie, Tyrese says he's not going back to prison, but it's not appropriately sad. It's almost like a joke. Now I'm trying to write about Bill Cassidy being dead, but all I can do is let my thoughts slip through my fingers. I enjoy not hearing the hum of my computer. I said out loud to myself in my car that I've been thinking a lot today. It feels like hard work. I like to speak to no one in particular. I like to speak to my friends. There aren't very many good interviews with Connor Oberst on the internet. I have to take a break every once in a while to see if Justin has made a joke about dolphin telepathy or blood teleportation. If Justin died, I'd probably cry a lot more from that point on. I tried to explain to Lucy how I acted like a fucking idiot to the poet Heather Crystal because I brought up her friend who died to talk about how much I liked his poems. It's not the worst thing to bring up. As far as I know, none of my relatives were in the KKK. I'm not sure if I should send the text I'm thinking about sending. I couldn't find the television remote when I got home today. Been touching myself a lot. I like to feel how hard my dick can be. I'm going to get another sugar cookie and write more in public. Before I do that, I have to email Zarmina about intern work. I want to tell her something about how cute she is, but she's 10 years younger than me. In his poem about Alice breathing pregnantly, Ted Berrigan notes that Alice is 28, Anselm is 20 months, and he's coming up on 40. My insecurity is a mountain.